This video was requested by our first ever Patreon member, Fledgling. If you want to support the channel as well as have your video recommendations stand out, then Patreon's a good way to go about it, because we are getting enough requests now that we're not going to be able to get to them all. I'm not saying that I'm going to be doing every request I get on Patreon, I am just saying that those do tend to stand out, just the nature of it. So Fledgling sent us a pretty sweet build that I'm excited to share with you guys. It is the Wildfire Assassin. This is a multi-class between an Assassin Rogue and a Wildfire Druid. We're going to start out by being a Bugbear. We're going to take 3 levels in Druid. During this time frame, you are going to be a normal druid, meaning you're going to be casting your fight-winning spell, probably going to be Entangle, Summon Beast, Spike Growth, anything similar to that, and then you're just going to be casting cantrips in between. Normal thing, summon your Wildfire Spirit to help with mobility once you get it. We really begin to diverge at level 4, where we take a level in Rogue. Now this first level in Rogue is going to basically just give us expertise, so we are going to be weaker than our other druid counterparts at this level. However, when it comes to expertise, I'm going to be thinking about stealth and probably thieves tools, because we will likely be doing infiltrations at some point in our life. Come level 5, we get action, so now we can take the bonus action hide, which is amazing with our fight winning spells. So for example, by using Summon Beast, we now can hide and no one can really attack us, so they're going to have to attack our beast, and once they destroy it, we can summon another beast and have our Wildfire Spirit teleporting our beast around and our allies around. There's some really cool synergies that we can pull off, all while hiding and remaining safe. But we truly come online at level 6. At level 6, we take the Assassin Rogue, which you don't know is if we have surprise on our enemies, we're automatically going to get crits, and if we go before our enemies in combat, we have advantage. Now, if we combine that with Scorching Ray, as well as the Bugbear's extra damage if we have the enemy surprised, we can start doing some pretty crazy damage. To put this in perspective, when we're at 6th level, if we get surprised and all of our Scorching Rays manage to hit, I know that's not likely, but we do have advantage, so they're more likely to hit than not, then we are going to be doing 24d6 worth of damage. Of course, we'll miss a few of those, so reduce that a little bit, but still, that's a large chunk of damage. And every 2 levels we gain, because for the rest of our lives, we're just going into Druid, and every 2 levels we gain, so when we can upscale this Scorching Ray by 1, it increases the damage by 8d6. That's really, really efficient scaling. To put it in perspective, every time we scale, it's like we hit the enemy with another 3rd level fireball. So by the time we're 10th level, we're casting Scorching Ray at 4th level, which does upwards of 40d6 worth of damage. So just really extremely high damage output for the first turn of combat. Now, enabling this is actually Druid spells and features. We can use Pass Without Trace to make us even crazier at stealth. We're gonna have expertise and Pass Without Trace. We're gonna be insanely stealthy, as well as bringing allies along with our stealth, which means we're gonna be able to set up our surprise attacks more efficiently than most rogues can, which is pretty impressive. On top of that, we have things like Wild Shape. Of course, we want to be using Wildfire Spirit in combat as often as possible, but sometimes the utility justifies a use of your Wild Shape to turn into a spider, to climb into a window, and to infiltrate that way. So we have our first turn figured out. We do absolutely schmassive damage. Then what do we do on our following turns? Well, we go back to our normal standard tactic of creating a fight-winning spell and then getting our ass in cover, making sure that we are well protected. The hide action as a bonus action is super, super good, especially on druids, where we have tons of concentration-based spells. So now we can do a summon like Summon Beast. We can have our Wildfire Spirit out there at the same time. We can cast things like Call Lightning and continue doing crazy damage output, while again remaining safe in cover, using our action to call down the lightning, bonus action to teleport our allies around. We can have a ton of influence on a battlefield without putting ourselves at risk. That is the power of having such a powerful bonus action hide action with the expertise on top of it. We're very safe, and at that same time being very deadly. And that's the concept. Really, as we go up in levels, we just keep doing the same thing better. Our damage output gets higher on the first turn, and then our fight-winning spells get better and more intricate, as well as our hiding options. So I think it's a really cool build, really well designed. Kind of reminds me a lot of the Holy Assassin. The Holy Assassin does more damage output, but the Wildfire Assassin has safer damage output and more utility on getting into position to do those sneak attacks. So I think it's really cool balance between the two. I really liked this build. Thank you so much, Fledgling, for supporting the channel. Really cool build, really great suggestion. Love to have you. And with that, all there's left to say is that if you enjoyed this flavor build, we have a whole bunch of them. Check out our playlist here, and I hope you have yourselves a wonderful day. See you on the next one.